And good evening. My name is DeCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Missick.
Mr. Missick. How are you today?
Wonderful, not as cold as you.
I don't know what's going on, but we getting some of that New York weather that they got up north, and it's a bit
Yeah.
chilly right now. So I know I trying to survive. I used to this, and
Oh,
I don't care what these baby people's talking about. They like the cold. They like the
yeah.
cool. They don't like the cold. They like the cool.
So you're cold, not cool.
Yeah, yeah. If they get that cold, this will be another story altogether. So
Yeah.
I know they'll be talking about, but I on they run. But anyway, let's find out what's going on in the news.
Status of the Grand Lucayan deal. In a press statement responding to claims that the agreement has collapsed, the CEO says the project is in fact moving forward. The statement further reveals that within weeks, the company expects to make two major announcements. The update comes in line with earlier comments from the Prime Minister regarding progress on the long-anticipated redevelopment. Our Raven Davis joins us live now from Grand Lucayan with the latest. Raven.
Well, after months of questions and growing skepticism, Concord Wilshire Group is forcefully pushing back. The developer says an earlier Eyewitness News report suggesting that the proposed $120 million acquisition and redevelopment of this beleaguered Grand Lucayan Resort property has been dead for months is simply not true. In fact, the company releasing a press statement earlier today saying that discussions with the Bahamas government remain active and ongoing. The company says those talks are centered on a shared goal, revitalizing what it calls a critical asset for Grand Bahama and strengthening the broader Bahamian economy. CEO Richard Bosworth says redevelopment efforts are moving forward. He also thanked the Office of the Prime Minister for what he described as a clarification, disputing what both the government and the developers say were inaccurate reports. Concord Wiltshire further confirms that within the next 2 weeks, it expects to formally announce the commencement of development and construction activities. That includes two major cruise line destination resorts, along with an official start date for demolition and preparatory site work. Still on the ground in Grand Bahama, residents are cautiously optimistic, hopeful this long-anticipated deal could finally become the catalyst for economic revival. But many say they are taking a wait-and-see approach. I feel
Okay, George. Here we go again.
Hmm.
I I don't know what to say about this. This a lot. And somebody gotta tell the truth and shame the devil right now. Either we on, we off, we on, we off, we on, we off. The people of Grand Mama don't deserve this type of treatment. I feel it's inhumane. Right now they have about 250 to 280 workers that they're gonna lay off right now because they're gonna close the hotel. So now you have those persons who don't have a job and don't know when they could get a job. And like things happening such big time in Grand Bahama that a massive layoff like that run some people could just find jobs. Um, but they had a big celebration last year. That was me,
Hmm.
and nothing since. Nothing other than rumors and it on and off and on and off. I and this is one of the reasons. And I please PL people don't get mad at me. This is why I feel that if the PLP win 2 seats in Grand Rama, they lucky. If they win two, I don't look for them to. I look for them to win one and scrape out one. But this is unacceptable. I understand you say there are things that happen, but when you gotta put on a big show like this, like what they did, and bring up the people's hope, and now you're almost a year later, and there's still nothing. They done fixed the window with the thing I was knocking out. They done fix that back, but other than that, nothing else happening. What you got to say about this, George?
I don't like, well, like you said, deja vu. Um, it just happens too frequently, and I'm not nothing that a guy said, the developers said, brings any comfort to me if I'm hearing this that first the Roma came out say, look, it's been dead for 4 months, nothing's been going on. Then they come with their big statement. Well, if you were doing something, that Roma wouldn't get there in the first place, right? You come with this big statement, and then when you start to listen to the statement, oh yeah, we still discussing, the numbers. We like we still crunching numbers, and we still like at this stage, like you said, it's over a year ago now. People with money and people with a plan, business people, because with these things, time is money. So the longer you take dilly dallying, right? If we have a blueprint, we have a way forward. If there's only discussions, like there's only like, yeah, we still we're very optimistic. Well, we already heard all these optimistic talks before. So, and like we always say, don't come to the people unless you have something concrete. Go do your talks, talk for the next last 3 years if you had to. But by the time you come and roll that out and talk about putting shovel in the ground and stuff, we want to see, non-stop work, stopping. And this same, it well, it's not passing the smell test. It seems like something that seems like the same playbook, same, keep them busy, roll it out. Like they could talk their way through elections with this, and that's all it's going to be now is talks. Like people are not going to see anything tangible. Yeah. We call in Royal Away. We got but 10 cruise lines. What does that mean?
And it's like, how long you gonna take us for fools? And I am not saying in no way that you're lying, but I didn't hear this before. And people tell you, oh, be optimistic. It's hard for me to be optimistic when I got 280 people, 270 something people going home who can't feed their family now. How
Mhm.
optimistic will they be? How optimistic can they be that now that this has happened, what now? What how I can pay my light bill? How I can pay my child's school fee? All of this for what? For what reason? And y'all can't get this together. And everybody now he added some more things to it. So he's saying, oh, now we're gonna do some cruise ports for when the cruise lines them come in. So now, hold on, you ain't finished do the first thing yet. Now you adding on to this. Hold on now, hold on, hold on.
Yeah. We-
You trying to sweeten this part a little bit too much. And when I learned eating barracuda, when that barracuda tastes a little bit too sweet, oh, that can play on you. That one can be a little poison there. So I,
mhm.
I, I don't get it, George. I just don't get it.
Yep. Yep. It sounds like a phone call was made. Listen, hey, y'all need to go say something. Yeah, we talking. You want those but again, time has to be of the essence. We have a legal phrase, time's of the essence. This being of the essence from anyone in government, with any plan or vision for Grand Bahama, you have to hit the ground running, right? Like you had a long run. So this last minute deal and everything last, oh, it coming, oh, you rushing down here weeks before election. Like I wouldn't even let them land at this point,
I,
right?
I,
Like
I serious. I with you 100%.
yeah, don't even do it at this point because that's just adding insult. Not like people playing in your face, right? Like that you gonna piss us off more at that point, and that's what this look like. All the oh yeah, boy, next five, put us back in for 5 more years and see what you're gonna get, right? You got nothing the first five, but give us five more. That's a bold ask, that's really yeah.
and they like to do this comparison game. And I hate when and this both political parties now. They like do this thing. Oh well, when the other party was in power, they didn't get to finish it. They didn't get to do it. So they can't complain. They can't. But we fire them because they
Yep,
didn't get to finish it.
yep.
Now you telling me you ain't get to finish it.
But
But
reward you,
yes,
The only thing you got at your disposal, Arsenal, is to send you home for 5 years to think about it. If they like bring the same people back, but at least that threat shit can keep you off your toes, but I give you 10 years now. My God, like this.
But the thing is, you ain't to the airport and you can come with something now saying, "Oh, we starting to work on the airport now because it was." Come on, man.
Nope.
Two
And
things we needed from y'all. Two things we needed from y'all. Two: the
yeah.
airport and the hotel. Everything else can cover itself.
You remember when they came in suing the port and Braves, they were taking the what happened to that?
Smoke and mirrors.
Eh?
They love doing these smoke and mirror things that allow you to be distracted, and who cares? Really and truly, who cares? Either you can keep the port or you can get rid of the port. You ain't get no money. Who cares? If you get $200 million from them, how the Bahamian people feel they can get anything out of that?
Yeah,
They
no,
ain't
none of that. But well, more so how grandmama get because you know all that going to Nassau.
exactly.
But
So
he had
you
no update on the case. They got all these lawyers. Like, where the press conference? Oh, this where the case is. Where they go on in there like everybody else, get their little campaign contribution, I guess. They what smooths them out to dinner. Let's sit down. Let's talk about this, right? Because that's all been happening. Everyone come in with the big talks. They extend the agreements. They do this, and nothing else seems to come out of it. And and I don't like this lack of accountability. You come with all this big rah rah. Where's the update? Where people, especially now, you're coming back to the people now for a new mandate, a second extension. You
yep,
gotta this judgment day. You gotta account now. Like, what have you done? Like, I want to see your scorecard from me, and that's what we evaluate, not what you're gonna tell us now, because
yep,
you had the ball. You
yep,
how much touchdowns you score. We should be able to be looking at record now, not what you and want to do. That's for the new man who's trying to get the job.
exactly, exactly. Well, George, I know, but once again, they say they can do an announcement in another 2 weeks, so we'll wait and see. I like how they buy time now. They've given 2 weeks here, but 2 weeks there, and before you know it's election time now. You got to make a
Yeah,
decision. They
yeah,
say
man.
they can do it, but I know. So they put the voter at a disadvantage that I don't know what they can do because they might do it and they might not do it. I won't give them a chance, but I've been suffering all this time, so
Hmm.
it's very disheartening, very disheartening.
Hmm.
But anyway, let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Investigation into the serious incident. The accused was formally arraigned before a magistrate, where the charge was read in open court. Our Jolanda Thompson Everest was there for the proceedings and filed this report.
It was a call that shocked the Grand Bahama community and Grand Bahama Island without electricity for hours. Police say a bomb threat made to the Grand Bahama Power Company has landed 32-year-old Ezra Green behind bars. He was arraigned here at the magistrate's court on Monday morning. Inside the court, there was a tense atmosphere as Green sat in the front row waiting to learn his fate. His wife sat in support while two residents quietly observed from the back of the courtroom. Magistrate Ewell Johnson, who is overseeing the matter, called Green's docket and read the charge before the court. Green is accused of sending an email on Thursday, February 19th, while in Freeport, Grand Bahama, claiming that a bomb had been placed at a location with the intent to cause fear and threaten unlawful harm. When asked his plea, Green pleaded not guilty to the charge. The prosecution then requested that the court order Green to have no contact with any witnesses in the case. The court heard that he works at the same establishment as some of those witnesses. Although raising that concern, the prosecution did not object to bail being granted. Green was present without a lawyer and was granted bail in the amount of $5,000 with two short orders. The trial is set to begin on May 21st, 2026. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson.
I don't want to laugh, right? But you can send a bomb threat by email, By email? You serious? But if you can send a bomb threat by email, and you would expect nobody to find out who that
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
mhm.
I ain't gonna send a bomb threat from DiCarloSweeten.hotmail.com. What foolishness is that? I and George, this was such a crazy thing. Cause power was off. They had to cut off all the power because they say they didn't know where the bomb is, and they had to check all the Grand Bahama power sites and everything. So nobody on the island had power. Nobody, and everybody didn't know why. Power. This, I mean, it's a nice, bright, sunny day. Why the power off? And it was off for so long, from after
Mm.
like 7, 8 o'clock, almost to like 12, 1 o'clock on a bright sunny day. No, and island wide. You might have some little pockets here and there, but
Yeah.
island wide, that's crazy. But back to this fellow, some psychiatric evaluation has to be done to this young man, and I question this. We got a bomb squad here. We got anyone to check for bombs, and I'm not trying to be funny or nothing like that. I seriously want to know if there's a real bomb gun. Do we have someone who can identify a bomb? And if they identify the bomb, can they defuse the bomb if that's what's going on? This just me. This I really didn't care, but the thing because it's sad for me to say, but because I got so I didn't even know power was off. I was lost when I hear people talking, but this is crazy. What say ye, Judge?
I've lived as long as you, and I haven't seen a bomb going off in Grand Bahama yet. I'm just saying they have to get one in before I start taking them seriously with this at this point. Because black people generally don't play with bombs. Like we you talking, but we don't even have, as far as I know, a bomb sniffing dog. Because normally you
Yeah,
get one dog or a robot or something,
yeah,
but it has never been an issue. And people from time to time over the years, even in school years, some people, you see things on TV and people call, hey, there's a bomb down, but right, but who making bombs? So who specializes in bombs? I mean, ain't nobody taking no payment, no black person taking a chance of putting a bomb together, tippy toeing, scared that bomb blowing up a them, right? Setting the thing, I'm getting the hell out of there. So the first thing they say, take every threat seriously, but the bomb threat, you gotta ask some questions, right? Like, yeah. Like, how you get the bomb? And like, before before I go shut down the whole island, I
yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry. What intelligence? Because again, you can't act on everything. There's threats and then there's credible threats, right? Like what make you think this level? Because like you say, you got lunatics out there from small people to be calling the fire engine, fire, and the children, ain't got nothing to do in the summer. You do a lot of mischievous things, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
after a while, nonsense from okay, this sounds like you said, this thing come from the man email and like that's yawning down. I don't know what the boy name, but his head ain't get started with. But right, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I have my concerns. Like you said, maybe it's a mental health thing. They said he's there, he's married. I don't know what the circumstances would lead to this. But to the extent that they did take it so seriously and shut I mean, the consequences for these type of things has to be very severe because you don't want copycats. That's a lot of money, time, effort wasted. It's other concerns when you're dealing with power, and it could cause a lot of havoc. It could cause some unremediable consequences. Right, that money could cause loss of lives in some cases. Right, so you can't be playing with those type of things. And I mean, he need to bring his psychiatric profile and whatever else. But if he is guilty, I understand he pled not guilty, so I don't know what his defense will be. But it wasn't me, I guess.
I first of all, I like to pay my respects to Bonnie Baston. She passed away during the outage. Bonnie Baston is a friend of Superior Talk. We had a few. She sponsored a few shows that spotlighted the House of Hoops. She did a great job with those young men that go there. They live there. She takes care of them. They play sports, and she wants them there to improve themselves scholastically and athletically. She passed away during the outage. And some persons are saying it was due to the outage that she's on a breathing apparatus and she lost power, and that allegedly was the cause of her demise. I wanted to know from you, can they charge him with murder with this? In any kind of way? If manslaughter? I what? How? I don't know. I'm asking the expert.
Well, that that's a hard sell. You have to definitely not murder because you need intention to kill and all of that stuff, right? So manslaughter is more recklessness and unintended consequences. You did something you didn't intend to kill someone, but they died. That's a consequence. Um, that's there's a lot there, and I heard same rumors as you, but obviously that's also going to come down to medical evidence and
Yeah.
how people died and what. But I'm sure he wasn't trying to kill her. If but that's why I said these things can lead to unintended consequences that are serious and can't be remedied by just, oh, sorry, pay a fine. Because there are people, like you say, in the hospital, the different, who rely on electricity and services to operate, and particularly for an extended period of time, that it could affect. But I think there's a whole other list of things they could throw at him. Um, Probably not that. Um, and maybe depending on, again, the evidence that comes out, maybe the family might want to look to even they can connect the dots. He gets convicted, or they could prove some sort of causation. Maybe they could do a civil suit down the road or something like that. But I think it'll be hard to get any criminal liability other than criminal damage, maybe, for that.
Okay. Just for everyone, we'd like to do a moment of silence for Miss Baston. Like I said, she was a friend of the show. She was always there. She supported us early, and we appreciated her for that. So let's do a moment of silence for Miss Baston. Okay, to slide into something else, George. I was supposed to send you this article in the Nassau Guardian. They say sweethearting. They actually did the UB did a study on sweethearting. And I'm reading it from the Nassau Guardian, so it ain't me. I don't want y'all to say it's me. Nobody come after me, for God's sake. This
Mhm.
what the Nassau Guardian say the UB research said. So, sweethearting in the Bahamas is more common among older and younger women, with respondents in a study revealing their motives as emotional and financial support, feeling needed, and more frequent sexual contact. One study revealed that half of the unfaithful respondents did not use a condom with their sweetheart, while the other study revealed that most unfaithful husbands surveyed had a higher emotional dependency for their sweetheart. It also says that the women who were sweethearting preferred to be with their sweetheart other than their and not their husband. George, what you say about this?
That's the right show for this, man.
Hey, this in the
I,
news. This what's
I,
going on?
it. Okay, I saw this. sound like a Captain Obvious report, right? Like, you know, I know how much research they had to do with this, but there's, there's about a culture, and some of these things been going on from time immemorial, from biblical days, right? So I don't know how their data, how they did this study, what pool they went in and whatnot. But we know the Bahamas. I, I don't even know. They should just have an open forum, and because I don't know who was confessing all these things, but some of the things sound like okay, yeah. If they are you are sweethearting, it's because emotional and financial. That sound straightforward. Um, the sweetheart prefers the sweetheart over the that probably sound too because again that that's I, I in the business but I no expert in the subject but it does seem like a lot of obvious things, right? This the fun getaway thing, this the stress, this the obligation, this the fun time, and so I mean I don't know what they're gonna do with this data. I don't know if it helped to open a conversation, to stop, to do it, or just like you say to throw out some general information. But I haven't been on Facebook, but I'm sure the comment sections probably probably a good read because what I find interesting and almost scary, and going on social media and some of these TikTok is how openly some people talk about, their indiscretions or infidelity or like one time ago people would be ashamed and hush hush, but like people want to badge them like yeah I was doing it like and especially when I shouldn't say this because it sounds young women doing it right
I just want to say it. The women
but
now are so they down for it. They down for OPP all the way.
yeah, but I mean, like, I'm starting to think of where the community is feeling. Where's this village? Like, you used to be scared to say things, your mommy, your auntie, someone around, what. But people just bold and they're getting younger and they're saying these things and people forgetting that this social, like, you have a footprint. Like these videos ain't going nowhere. Right? It's getting saved. You gonna look for job. You gonna look for husband one day. You gonna be the deacon in the church one day. Because most the history is a lot of people end back up in the church and they won't be right. So y'all putting this whole movie together
Yeah, but
that one day.
George, they could testify. I was out there. Y'all ain't remember that thing y'all saw on ZNet? I was out there. I was all up in the streets and I was doing my thing. But now the Lord has saved me. And I've been saved. I've been redemptified. I am here. Hallelujah. That's they
you know,
testifying.
it reminds me of these stupid criminals now who's go film themselves robbing
Oh,
people. And
I don't even talk with them.
yeah, because it's the same thing, right? Like it's one thing, before time, and it's bad when you're doing something bad, and rather than most people like this thieving or whatever, sneaking around. That was the whole idea of sweetheart and whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
But there's open book, like yeah, look at me, look what I doing. Like I don't. We in a sad state of when people don't feel no weight, like you might as well legalize it. Because not that it's illegal, but it just mind boggles me now. And I always say this, even looking on social media and a lot of the black talk shows in particular, like we talk about the same content, we ain't talking about making money most times. We're not talking about healthy family lifestyles and all. It's always the negative and people
Yep.
they hear nothing but nobody bedroom business and all these. Like why like some of the content, like you just feel dumber for listening to it. Like and especially when I see older people, like people over 30 and 40 and 50, sitting down talking things what you used to talk, what little children used to talk in high school. Like, like are we evolving? Are we growing? Are we
Nope.
animals? Are we,
Nope.
and that's the scary part about it because
We wear
um
these things like a badge of honor now.
yeah, sex is one of the most common, but I mean people talk about this with such excitement and enthusiasm and talking these things like, like something you bedroom business for the bedroom. Like
Yep.
why, you shouldn't be on the job discussing certain things or around certain and it's just unfortunate that we spend a whole lot of time
Yep.
at
That's a
least
hell of a
subject matter.
study they did.
Yeah, while people getting ahead, making or doing things, and we just figuring out how to be wretched all day long and talk. And
Well, like you say, they stated the obvious things that we already knew, and now it's out in the open. So y'all who sweethearting, y'all could go out in the open and ding. I did not know Bahamian men cheat. This is news to me because I thought Bahamian men don't cheat, and I'm going with that. That's what I know. Bahamian men don't cheat. So therefore, I'm gonna leave it like that. We're gonna take a commercial break, and we can be right back.
Campaign and the wider public that ILTV Studios hosted a registration with the Parliamentary Registry Department. That is a major and grave concern for me and the campaign, simply because we have a ratified candidate for the PLP who is alleged to be the major shareholder in ILTV Studios, whose campaign basically operates from the same location. We have seen where many political paraphernalia has been stored there. Many of the political vehicles are stationary at the front and back door of the same location. And we are inviting members of the general public to come to a partisan location for registration. That has been done, in my view, and in the view of my campaign, in the darkness. We believe that the exercise of registering the vote should be at civic locations that are nonpartisan, that would put all candidates at a balanced, level field. We cannot continue to operate in this type of political skullduggery where one candidate or the other is favored by institutions that are called upon to protect the democracy of our country.
Political skullduggery. See, this why brave them can win, you know. This why brave them can win. Travis Robinson, it's your second or third time running. One time you win, I got you lose the other time. So yeah, you right now you almost one of the senior men in the FNM.
mm,
You know, if I want to, I could call the parliamentary registry. Hey, I got but 150 people there I need to get registered. Can y'all come and do a registration thing at my house, at my place of business, at the beach, at the whatever? They will say, okay, fine, that's no problem. Give me the address, we will come there. It doesn't matter where the place is. It doesn't matter, this to me, where who you think own the place because it's just a voter's registration. They're not voting. They're not giving out nothing there. They're doing nothing. Anybody could call on the parliamentary register to come out and vote.
yeah,
Travis, Travis, for God's sake, I know you're scared. Because I would have been scared too. I ain't gonna lie. When you get against that type of, I wouldn't even say machinery. I just can say flat out money.
mhm,
Money. Big time money that you know your party can't even match. I would even say him. His party can't even match. I can get scared. I trying to find anything I can get on this on Sabas to say, yo, see, I tell him he ain't no good, he ain't no good, he this, he that. But Travis, this is it. This ain't it, Travis. This you gotta find something else or just bow out gracefully. Just say, okay, this yours and don't embarrass yourself like this. That's how I look at it. Now, George, you might have a different point of view. So what say ye?
I I think I agree with you. What's more troubling is he looked like he had the whole contingency FNMs behind him. All these other
And none of
senators.
them gonna tell him different.
Yeah, if it was just him one, you might have said, "Oh, okay, okay." Someone pull him aside, but
Yeah.
they gone there like they had something profound. To I was getting ready for this revelation, man. Like we get some Sabas and some real, like, yeah. The thing is, and again, like you said, Travis Dem was actually in government, right? So when you was in government, when everybody was calling for the freedom of information and integrity act and all these different things, that's what people was looking for, and they had the ability and the opportunity to pass some of these things. Why didn't you do it, right? And so no harm, no foul. You can't say, oh, if either there's a law that was broken or not. That's my starting point, right? So if there's a law, call out the law. They call the police. They're in violation. But like you said, you looking scared now. Oh well, we don't feel like this was right. Ain't nothing right. It either you're trying to win, right? So if someone's smart enough to call some people there and right, the treat if it's open, if it's not unlawful, it's fair game. So let people come. If anything, you go down now, put your little bill in a go, your shack, whatever it is, and you do the same thing, right? You get your people and get your hot dogs and soda or whatever, right? Because like you said, the person who usually win these elections are the ones who get people out to vote. And like you said, you don't know whether he's getting F&Ms or PLP. You don't know who these
That's
people are
right.
voting, right? So but you're trying to get them all, make sure there's people up. Uh, um, this is he's providing opportunity. Take some of your own people there if you have to, right? Get them registered if that's the most convenient spot for them to go. Let them go and do it. But don't be up on stage crying, but oh, I think he owned the building, and yeah, because it's owned by one of the shareholders.
And they made the point that hold on, they have voters registration in the post office. I don't own the post office.
Yeah,
Brent Simonet. I mean, you can't beat this fella can't have you this party. Like
yeah,
like like you say, George. When you see them doing these things, you grab your people, you get some hot dogs, you get some hamburgers, you get some sodas, and you make it event. Since you all done started, let's
yeah,
have a good time. Let's have a good time here. Because you can do skullduggery, I can do it too. And let's let the chips fall where they may. And that's all you got to do. But when you ain't got no money to buy hot dog and hamburger, then you in some trouble now because you can't keep up. Because I know my boy could throw a voters registration every week with hamburger and hot dog, and you still
yeah,
can't
yeah,
find the first one.
yeah. Yeah, go with your string. That wasn't the hill to die on.
No,
Like you
no,
said, I know you're trying to get your face up in the news and trying to be whatever, but
that
this
that
ain't the
ain't it.
time. Yeah, make sure you have a message, a real thing to go to the people with when you're doing that.
Where the chairman, where Dwayne Sines says he couldn't tell him, hey, don't do that. Don't no 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 don't leave them alone. Don't do that. Do not go and you go on in front. Like you say, it's but 30 of them behind them.
Yeah,
I didn't want to bring it up because I know you sensitive, but your girl Barnett was there.
you don't have to call no names. We ain't calling no names.
She was there. She was there right there in the camera. Nobody could have tell him, hey, well, this ain't nothing really bad, this ain't nothing illegal, ain't nothing skullduggerous about it. It just, what Tasma like tell me is about optics.
Yeah,
And you could try and make something out of it, but legally and morally, ain't nothing wrong. I'm sorry, ain't nothing wrong.
no,
So anyway, he's scared. That's all oh, he's scared. Oh, Lord. Poor boy. He's scared. That's all I can say. He's scared. But we got to the day. We had 2 weeks now. We talk, and we haven't done a question of the day. It must be 2 to 3 weeks. So right now we can do our question of the day. Do Do we need constitutional reform, Judge? Have the times caught up with our Constitution? Do we really need to look into this thing and make a lot of changes to catch up in 2020, in the 22nd century? Because I'm sure when they wrote this Constitution, and I'm sure they just copy and paste a lot from England on, and put,
England no have none. That's the norm. That's the sad part.
so our Constitution, I mean, they have this thing now with illegal immigrants, and if you're an illegal immigrant and you're born here, you have the right at the age of 18 to go out and come back and apply for citizenship. It doesn't mean you can get, but you could apply. You have the right to apply. And a lot of things I feel we need to fix because, and like I said, y'all don't come for me, but if your mom and your pa come here illegally, I don't think you should have that right to apply. I'm sorry, you can't justify two wrongs with it and try and make it right. Cause let's say you German, your mom
Hmm.
and pa come here from Germany illegally. When you turn 18, they tell you, well, you can't be here. You and you think you all got to go back Germany. So you gone back Germany young. You come back here 18, speaking German. You can't even speak no English. I'm thinking part of the test is you got to know how to speak English. That's what we speak. I haven't looked into it, but maybe you don't have to know how to speak English.
Sound like ice.
But if you can't speak English, you have the right to come back at 18 and apply. I can look over your application and I interview you and you just shake your head because you cannot speak no English. How I feel giving you citizenship on this? Plus your man, your pa come here illegal. I see when they reach, I find them in the back of one corner, living it up. No, 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 no. I send them back and I send you back with them. How you have the right now to stay here, to apply to stay here because you was born here? I don't think so. I think in the Constitution we need to put the fine print in this. Your lawyers like to speak vaguely and then it's all up to interpretation when y'all get in the courtroom. That I don't like that. I like clear and thorough, precise wording so I can know exactly what you mean,
Hmm.
not to think what you mean, but to know exactly what you mean. If you came here legally, you did it the right way, you can stay and you can apply at 18. But if your parents them come here illegally, you automatically disqualify. Let's put that in the Constitution. Let's make sure that there. And many other things that we have there that ain't clear, and these lawyers them like reinterpretate what this means or what they was trying to say back then. What say ye, Judge?
So you taking it from a citizenship, I guess, point of, and you say you want constitutional.
I I
You're
feel
primarily focusing on the citizenship
no,
aspect.
I feel we need to go through the whole Constitution. And if I was in party, if I had a political party, if I was the leader, every year I would have a referendum to change something to bring it
Uh,
up.
that's instability. You can't change things. The law can't be changing that quickly. But
I ain't say I ain't say everything in the Constitution, but
so
there are
and
some things that has to be changed to bring them up to date.
this is why I think it was done, right? And I think there's some wisdom in it because we have, by what you're saying, that's going to make a lot of people who are Bahamians and who consider themselves Bahamians and who may have gotten citizenship ineligible. Because we know the majority of the Haitians that came to the Bahamas came illegally, right? Let's throw that out there. They didn't come on Bahamas Air, they didn't come in here, they didn't apply for visas, they came on the boats, the family came in and they settled, and right? Now, this is where, to me, it gets dicey because again, if when people came in illegally, if we weren't complicit, or didn't, or they didn't get straight at some point, right? And you allow them to come here, have children. That child grows up from one to, or they come here when they're 3 to 5, and they went to school because we all went to school, Haitian Bahamians or Haitian, right? and, and after, yeah, 2 3 years, they speak in English just like you, they whatever just like you, right? They gonna, yeah, so you become um, you become Bahamian through acclimation. They now becoming, yeah, granted they have the Asian parents home, a lot of them speak Creole and whatnot, but for the most part now they are coming up through the same system. They go into the same churches, the same youth functions as the Bahamians, and they come up and they turn 18, right? So okay, they come out of school, they want to go to work. And this is where all the problem usually, because now you allow these people. It ain't no different to me than someone who got adopted, right? Yeah, at a young age, and the parents grow them up. They could come from the moon, right? It's a BET, but they grow them up as a human being. They grow them up in the house. They teach them the fundamentals. They go on to church, say hallelujah to the same God and everything. And now the harshness of this now comes in when you say, okay, well, no, you can't. You need to go back to Haiti, and that's what they should go back to Haiti. I ain't never been to Haiti. Some of them never been to Haiti. They can't go back to someone. You have to nip some things in the butt, and that's why I say we become complicit in it, because if you didn't stop that, from grade 5, 3 to 5, the people come, your parents come in, but we give them health care, we give them education, give them the free books, they take the beach, right, and so they become Bahamians, and so you have um, to me, citizenship, even when you give out citizenship, is usually based on, or it should be based on, some sort of loyalty and investment, pledge to the country, and so forth. And a lot of these people, just by attrition, by going through that process, I think they are more Bahamians than, if you're going to give to the investor who can pay $2 million, like you say, who really can't speak the language, you don't know conk and right? Why wouldn't you consider these people now who you've allowed to stay here? And now you're going to say that they can't, and that's where we found ourselves. But it's the same thing with the U.S. and a lot of these places how they grow. I don't think it's so much if you came in illegally, even if you punish the parents now, right, later on for somehow, but you allow them to raise their children, and most likely if you had sent the parents back, the children would have gone with them, right? But Bahamians, there's all kind of schemes, and I see it, Turks and Caicos as well. As the children come in, and the Bahamian, or some Bahamian person adopt them, and all kind. They got all kind of different things, right? So we we have been the most abusers of that system. A lot of people got paid handsomely. We get paid. Immigration officials, they tie in with these smuggling boats. The system is so corrupt in itself. It's like when you start to read, I, yeah, it's hard to separate now, because people don't really want to touch that, because they know deep down inside they've allowed it. We've all kind of been guilty of that, right? Now, so to shut down someone at 18 and tell them go back to the place you didn't come from, or now, because it becomes like in the U.S. right now, it now becomes about privilege, right? Because when you hear them talk, yeah, privilege, because right now it's like, okay, and you saying it in this election too, one or two candidates now probably came up the same way. They're like, oh, now this person running an election, and they, right, because you made them be him, and you tell them, So it becomes, now you could do this. You're good for this, to go party and drink in it and smoke it, whatever. Yeah, use my boy, but you can't do this because now you're taking something from me. Right, and so that's the dilemma of it. You either have some policies that you follow to the letter of the law, or you can't do this, one foot in, one foot out, sweetheart, to use that phrase we use it, right? Type of relationship. Yeah, this person benefit me. They make money. I make money off of them, and now it come down to something now later on to catch up with you, and you're like, oh, hold on now, they changing the complexion of the election now. They got too much votes. They doing this. They right.
So,
It's a
so
very complicit system.
and it's not. We as Bahamians have to do better. Like you say, we's the problem. We got this saying, "Oh, that's no, you don't touch my Haitian.
Affiliation, yeah,
Don't touch my
yeah,
Haitian. Don't touch my Haitian."
yeah.
And I don't understand that one. How I get your Haitian? I thought we finished with slavery and all that, but this is what we do, and I agree with you. We need, and it's all about enforcement of the law. When
Yeah.
we catch you, that's it. That's the end of that. Not, oh no, 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 not that one. Let that one go. No, 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 that's my Haitian too. Don't let that one go. And we are afraid to say, and believe it or not, some of us Haitian descent,
Yeah.
and we want to say this one is my cousin and this one because hold on, how they get your cousin and whatever like that.
It might back me up too.
Yeah, let's look deeper into you. But I agree with you. The problem is us. We are not enforcing the law, but it's still a law. And if I
Hmm.
catch you breaking the law, unfortunately, you ain't my Haitian, so now you gotta pay that's the ramifications of you not being my Haitian. You
Yeah.
gotta go back, and your child gotta go back. Now, for those who stayed all this time, went to school, went to Hawksville, went to Sunland, went to St. George's, went to Jack Haywood, went to BMES, for those who got to stay, now, at the age of 18, you won't get your passport, you won't do this, you won't do that, but you can't because we have no record of you and your people. I don't know how this is this and that and that. And when I find out what is this and what is that, you trying to tell me, George, it's unfair to them,
Hmm.
but you was using my system, you was under the radar, you know what you was doing, you know you was slick. Now your slickness get caught up with. And now it's now unfair for me to look at you as an 18, 17, 16-year old who all you know is the Bahamas
Hmm.
and send you back to the origin of your parents' birth,
Yeah.
whatever that place may be. I wrong.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah. Yeah. You.
the Bahamas
Yeah.
wrong.
You. Yeah. You're wrong.
Why?
Because you
You
basically
break the
quite
law.
no, but you accepted my breach of the law.
No,
That's
I
like
didn't catch you. I
that's like
didn't catch you.
divorce.
I
That's
didn't
like
catch you when you was
no, no.
born in Iran. I catch you when you want passport.
Yeah.
So I catch you later down the road, but I still catch you. The
Yeah.
system a little slow, but I catch you. So now that I catch you, I have to deal with you. It's like what they do in the States now. How much, I was making a racist thing. When I was black people, Bill Cosby, they say he raped all them girls in 1960 something, whatever. They send the man to jail after 20 something years. So there's no
Hmm.
statute of limitations on these things. So therefore, if I catch you at 18, instead I catch you at 1, the repercussions are still the same. You
Yeah.
need to go back where you come from or where your parents birth, and we can deal with you when you get 18, and we can see how that goes.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to be done. When I catch you at 1 years old, or 1 day old, or
No,
17 years old.
you again, what what is the crime here, right? Because again, the child didn't really break the law, right? And we
Your
have a
parents
system.
break the law.
We have the system that say if they hear, you have to educate them, you have to can't
Yes.
deny them health care, right? So there's the times when you go to register. If you ain't stopping them when they go to register for school, and say, hey, who you people are? Oh,
No, 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 no.
where you
We
come from?
have an international duty that I have to. And I agree with you. We have
Do what?
to. I can't deny you health. I can't deny you education. But
But you can send me home.
hold on. And I agree with you. Hold on. When you come in there say you is John Doe,
Yeah,
I can ask you, hold on. Who your people is? You know, you all like ask who your people is. Who your people is?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I pick up the phone. Immigration, I need y'all to come here. We got a situation we gotta deal with. And that's how that should be dealt with. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But we don't do that. We just register the people,
yeah, yeah.
put them in school.
Ain't nobody say don't give you, but if you want to go that way, yeah, you treat you, you come in there bleeding, you get sick, but when you get
Yes,
healthy, you take you to the airport and they all and
I
get
agree. It's the same thing as a criminal. If
yeah,
I knock you across, you break into my house, I grab my cutlass, I chop you up. Yes, I have to. When the police come, they have to carry you to the hospital. But the minute you done heal, oh, you going to jail
yeah,
because you done break the law. You break into my house. So therefore, you going to jail. It should be the same thing with the immigration thing. Yeah, you're born here, you slip between the cracks, but now I got you. I got you. I can deal with you. And
That's
that's
what
how I look at it.
Trump and ICE though is trying to do now. But like I said, and you're seeing the same problem. And that's why you see in Minnesota and stuff, because again, the community, the longer people stay, they forge relations, they got church, they got people ready to fight for them, right? Like you now you are breaking bonds. That's like you say, don't go fool around, sleep with people. You some people start catching fear, right? So it's more than just my Haitian. This little boy, that boy been in Sunday school. The pastor them are fighting for them. You know, people they got politicians to call, and so it just makes it a whole web of problem now because
So
people
so
are
now we the problem again because now this
yeah,
boy and his parents break the law.
yeah. But we're a
We will
Christian
carry
nation.
back his parents,
Yeah,
and when we carry back his parents, he got to go too, unless y'all gonna adopt him or something else. But he got to go too.
yeah,
But y'all gonna defend these people and say, "Oh, these good people," and I ain't saying that they ain't. They just want a better way of life. But
yeah.
there's a right and a wrong way to do things. Now,
Well,
when you say with ice them just grabbing anybody. You speaking with one dialect, they just grabbing you. They ain't asking nothing. That's
I say
where
you don't look
I
like me, you don't sound like me. That's the
yeah,
test.
that's it. But that's the difference with ICE. That's why they on a whole different level. Like them people crazy. They locking up white people. They just out of control.
Oh,
But
no, they killing the white people who trying to, like I said, now the people who trying to come who saying, no, I know John, these my friends, right? We go to church together. We should, these people been here for the last 15, 20 years. You can't know, right? And so now you creating almost a civil war. And that's the same situation with the bomb. You got people unmarried, they don't have children, you taking these people sweetheart, and no, go back, right?
your
You can't.
sweetheart here illegally.
Well,
He break
boy,
the law.
yeah. But when that sweetheart call the top,
Well,
you might get put on the country, and that's what is hurting a lot of people because when they go try to report, so some people untouchable. You allow some people to get trenched. When you look, you get fired, you get sent home, you go
well,
miss.
we get the said who untouchable can be untouchable. The said who touchable, they can get it. Because it ain't fair. Why we carrying a bunch of every month or so, we carry full enough bombers here, carrying them down to Haiti. Why them said could go back and your one can't go back? Why
That
your
that
Haitian can't go back?
that alone is if you look into some of those things are corrupting themselves because who those flights ain't free. Someone paying, right?
That's
So
right.
people making money off of these flights and these repatriation and housing and like, you disturbing systems, ecosystems that made some very wealthy people.
Illegal systems.
Yeah, yeah. The average person probably ain't benefiting, but some people you'd be surprised how much millions they clear a year from some of these.
Wow. So that's our problem. This whole
That's
inner constitutional thing is a us thing.
that being the problem. Whereas BC and all these different things, right? Like power can't go off. Like you got some people got some contracts they can't forget the masses, right? Like easy to make out of everybody life better, but people some the few who like I say with this privilege, they don't want to give that up.
So y'all ain't gonna vote for me when I say we got to do some constitutional reform to clean up
You,
this act.
you could say it, yeah, that sounds good. But when you try to enforce it, is where you can find problems.
Anyway, I give up, man. I give up, man. I messing with you, man. I trying to do what's best, and this the thanks I get. Anyway, let's talk to our bungie today. Our bungie today, we spoke about him earlier today, and our bungie today is Travis Robinson. I'm sorry, Travis. Travis. And not just Travis, all them people who standing behind Travis, they bungie today too. Because there's no way y'all stand up there in the back of that man, in front of, and ain't tell that man leave that alone. Don't worry about that. We can leave that one. Come on,
Yeah, yeah.
George, man.
You
That's
gotta find some. You
ridiculous.
gotta find a better cause to stand on. Like,
That's the hill you want to die on. That's the one you choose.
yeah, talk about the article in the Epstein file paper or something like
My
something
Lord.
something
That's
more.
it. Anyway, That's our show for the day. I'd like to thank you all for watching what's going on Superior Talk YouTube channel. I'd like to tell you again, we coming with our full media station where we're gonna have podcasts, we're gonna have music, we're gonna have live events right on the same YouTube channel. We're gonna be 24/7, so you can carry us any and everywhere you go. Just top up, make sure you got that data wherever it is. Make sure you're hitting that hotspot, that Wi-Fi there, and we'll be here with the latest music, the best podcasts, the best live events. I want to thank you all for watching our shows all through the week. Where we have on Monday, we have our sword sharpeners. Tuesday, we have Let's Talk and What's Going On. Wednesdays, we have Off the Bench. Thursday, Island Dish. Also, March 7, live, sponsored by the GBA Port Authority, Island Sports. We're gonna have it for the 2 days live. So if you're away and you can't see your cousin, your uncle, or your little brother them run, watch it here. March 7th, March 8th and 9th. I think that's it. 8 and 9, we're gonna be here live from the GB Sports Complex. Remember to subscribe and like. Thank you all for watching. Next week, join me and George when we tell y'all what's going
What's
on.
going on?
Thank you very much.